In this video, I'm going to be installing Ethernet wire. It's going to go from my modem there through the wall into my closet, where I will put a switch in there, and then it'll go up into the attic where it'll feed to the rest of the rooms in the house. So let's get started. Whoops. Alright, so the problem was that my drill bit wasn't long enough, so I'm going to try this. I just have one of these extenders and I put it's a drill bit that has, an impact driver head on it. I don't know what the hell you want to call it. I got the hole drilled the entire way through, but my drill bit came off because these things are not meant to hold a drill bit like that. So now I have to try to get my drill bit out from the hole. There. I'm doing this a little bit kind of in a weird way because I only have 2 boxes of wire, but I have to run 4 lines. So typically you would just run, you would just have 4 boxes of this stuff and you would just run them all at the same time. But I can't do that in this situation. So what I'm doing hopefully makes sense. I just ran that down from the attic that comes into here, where I happen to have a big hole in my wall from something else I was doing in the past. So all 4 of the wires are going to end up here, and I just have to route them to where they're going in the attic. Alright, so this is where the cable runs down. I think both bedrooms are fed through this hole. And I also don't like that the electrical is going down the same hole, so I might need to change that. Now I'm going to go downstairs into the bedroom and take the plate off so I can fish the new wires down. Yeah, so just as I thought, both of those cable wires come down that same hole, so I can actually take care of all of this from right here. Alright, so now I'm going to use this wire to feed down my new wires. First, I just want to show you this though. Anybody watching this remember Rickle? It's going to tie a string on to this. This is the cable wire, the coax that feeds my son's room. So now the idea is that I'll pull this wire back up into the attic, but it'll be attached to the string. and then I'll be able to pull it back down with the string. That's the plan, at least. Alright, sorry for the crappy lighting here. Hopefully you can tell what I'm doing. I'm pulling up that cable wire. Alright, and then there's my string. So now I just have to attach the other wires to it. Alright, so now my 2 Ethernet wires are taped onto my cable, onto my coax. So now I'm going to feed that back down. See what happens. This is getting stuck on something. I don't know where he's stuck on. Damn it. First time I tried this, it got snagged on something, so I just went up there, pulled it back out, re-taped it a little bit tighter, and let's see if it comes this time. God, I hope so. I don't know what the fuck it keeps getting stuck on. Let's see if I can't feed it down a little bit from up there. Alright, we managed to get the wires through. It was definitely a 2-person job. I kept getting caught on something in the wall, but doing it with 2 people, 1 person feeding from the attic and the other one gently pulling on the string, we were able to get it out. So now the wires are all where they're supposed to be. So that was the easy part. Now I get to cut off my finger. These 2 wires go to the other bedroom that I'm not currently working in right now, so I'm just going to put those back in the wall. And I'll deal with them from the other room. Find my screwdriver. There it is. These are called old construction boxes, and they have little wings on the top and the bottom, and when you tighten these screws, the wings flip up and they tighten against the back of the drywall. Just want to make sure you don't over tighten them, because then they'll break the drywall. Just need to cut like the first 2 inches of insulation off of these wires to get the bare copper so that they can screw into these terminals. So I'm going to do that off camera because nobody needs to watch me struggle with this. Alright, now I'm ready to hook this up to the plate. So like I said, I'm following standard B. Loosen the blue, and this little piece of paper says that the white orange goes to the blue. I got that wired in. Man, I have respect for people who deal with that on an everyday basis. Man, that was tedious as hell trying to wire that thing up. But now it's wired up and hopefully it works. I can't test it until the switch arrives, which should be later in the day today. It's the next weekend, and this is my switch. I have it temporarily mounted on the wall with one of these drywall anchors, and I just temporarily crimped the ends of these to make sure that the wire was working, and it does work. For this is going to my son's room and this is going to my stepson's room, so I'm going to use one of these wires to feed my last wire up. Alright, so hopefully the hole that I drilled here is wide enough for me to feed this wire up. Let's see. There we go. Alright, so I fished the wire up. I brought it around all this stuff here. Now what I'm going to do is feed it underneath here. And then I can slip it back between the wall here, because this is where the plumbing is for the bathroom. Then that will take it down to an access panel I have in the utility closet. Alright, so now you can see it goes underneath my attic floorboard into this return here. And now it's gonna go down there. Now the reason why I was able to do this is because up here it's just cardboard. They didn't put any drywall or anything there. Alright, so unfortunately my camera stopped recording because the memory card got full, but what I did was I put the wire behind that air return there. And then in my closet here I have access to the plumbing behind the shower, and I just ran it down there, and that brings it downstairs where my heat pump and hot water tank are. Up there is the access to the plumbing that you saw in the last clip, and I ran the wire down here. I put a hole in the wall.
Don't put it in the pot. Okay.
Then that runs it up through my cabinets. The most tedious part of doing this is stripping these wires. Now they just have to be connected to these terminals. So the first one gets white orange. You start at the blue wire, then you work your way around. So the first one's white orange, and then it's orange. Then next is the green and white. Then next is blue. And then it's blue and white. And then it's green. And it's brown and white. Then last is brown. Alright, I got them all wired up. Hopefully the order's correct. I think it is. But I guess we'll find out in a second. Oh, you fucking kidding me? Ah. Goddamn things are so brittle. Alright, so the wall plate's on. And now it's time to go up and crimp the other end temporarily so I can check everything to make sure it works. Alright, so what I'm doing here is arranging these in a certain order. It's the same order as, yeah, same order as the way that I put it into the plate downstairs. I guess I have a visitor here. Yeah. About probably 20 minutes I finally got that damn wire crimped, and that yellow light is a good sign. That means that it's sending 10 to 100 megabits per second. So let me go down to the computer and make sure it's actually working. Alright, well that's a good sign. Alright, so that'll be it for this video. I have to finish up this project in the next video. The next step is to finish everything upstairs. I got one of these plates. This will go in my closet. And what this is just a wall plate where 6 Ethernet ports go into it. And you buy punch-in connectors and they just snap into this plate here. But the problem is that Home Depot wants $5 a piece for those little punch-in connectors. So I found them on Amazon for a lot less, so I have to wait for them to come in. So I'll cover everything else in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.